It's Rangers Radio. Hello, hello. This is the Foreign Show. We're on the air at 9 o'clock on every weekday night, taking calls about the Jazz.
Well, good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Rangers Radio on a Monday evening, the last show during the international break. We decided to have a wee holiday. But anyway, the weekend's events, absolutely fantastic result at Ibrox. Rangers 7, yes 7, Motherwell 1. Absolutely brilliant. On the panel tonight we've got Fox, we've got Rudy, and we've got Jimmy from Knightswood. Good evening, gentlemen.
Evening, True.
Evening, True.
Jimmy.
Evening,
guys.
Rudy, evening, Fox.
Have you warmed up now, Jimmy? I heard you went to the match without your drawers.
My drawers. I forgot to put my drawers on. I went out with my hat and my gloves and I forgot my drawers, Trues. What a good job. Good job I didn't have an accident and I didn't need drawers on.
Aye, aye. As long as they're clean, they're fit to be seen, my mother used to say, but there you go. But you were at the game, Jimmy. What was your opinion? Just your overall feel for it?
Overall was same as a gaffer. Superb. Fantastic. You know, it was a beauty to behold. You know, 7 goals for the Glasgow Rangers on Sunday was absolutely wonderful. True. It was something we never expected. We saw it there. It happened before our very eyes, and it was absolutely wonderful. And pleased, very, very pleased. Thought it was going a wee bit belly up the first 25 minutes when they equalised, but no complaints. A masterful performance, True. Masterful.
Good, mate. Yourself, Rudy?
Smashing performance, True. I thought by half time, I thought we had it won anyway, 3-1 at half time. I couldn't really have envisaged what happened in the second half, to be honest with you. Another four goals. And in my opinion, I've made it plain what I think of Motherwell and their manager as well. But in my opinion, it couldn't have happened to a better team, True, in all honesty. I thought some of the goals, some of the football we played, especially in that second half for me, was just absolutely brilliant to watch. Brilliant to watch, and there was some real standout performances for me as well. And we've been waiting on that happening for a while now, True, haven't we? And we certainly got it on Saturday. Fair play to them. What a great performance it was. You know, and a lot of rattling of gums about 10 men and all the rest of it in the media. Who cares? You know what I mean? Even against 10 men, a 7-1, absolute 7-1 rout for me. I'll take that any day of the week. Cracking performance.
That sounds as if to me, Rudy, you're saying get it right up, you Motherwell, but...
I like you, let's put it.
Yeah, but much the same myself, mate. Fox?
Well, the day started out badly for me. I was testing a new vodka that I was given, mate, and ended up Saturday night drinking a lot of it. Woke up with a hangover on the Sunday. Slept in for the meet skipper and a few others like Little Blue who were in the counting house for the Remembrance Sunday in the square, mate, so I had to miss that. But I eventually got to the game, and right for the start, what a marvellous display when the Sandy Jardine put up that display and the Union Bears and the Govan stand, mate. 2 terrific displays. 100 years, least we forget, mate, and the cracking banner, they answered the call. I think it was, I can't remember the rest of it. But terrific, great way to start the day off expecting a real tough game, and it turned into be an absolute doddle for us. I think the team played brilliantly. Plenty of controversy to talk about tonight as well. So, at the end up, what a terrific day, mate.
Sounds as if you're saying that in all, Fox.
I had a great day and a good night, mate, by the way.
Aye, on the body. Aye. Did you have your drawers on?
Oh, I had my drawers well and truly on, mate.
That's good. I'm glad to hear it. It's interesting you're talking about the display, Fox. You know, we won 7-1 at the weekend there, and I've watched the reruns of the display on YouTube. I've watched that many times, and I watched the highlights for the game again, mate, you know, and, you know, I was sitting myself watching it. I felt so proud, really, of our club and our support putting on a display like that, you know. See, your disco lights can keep them. I'd rather have a display that garners respect and does a decent thing. Absolutely fantastic, mate. So a big shout to Rangers and, as usual, all the fans. But there you go. But I was delighted with it, Fox. I really was. You know, I was watching it on the telly and I was thought, you know, this is what our club's all about. That's the people we are. Absolutely fantastic display. 100 years since the guns fell silent, but you know, the Rangers get the guns out, you know, and rattled 7 past him. Now, before the game, I'm kind of saying that, it seems yourselves, this will be a hard game, typical Motherwell, you know, 10 behind the ball, boot, you know, hoping for a breakaway. And it was like that for a wee while. But I also suspected after their last shenanigans, you know, when they scored with the last kick of the ball, you know, and the way they were carrying on, I thought the Rangers would come out the trap punching, you know, and I think that's how it turned out eventually, Jimmy, eh?
Aye, definitely. Just before I go in there, Fox was saying he never turned up at the, what do you call it, what was that pub called again? Counting House, because he was testing his new vodka. I was there myself. I tried to meet the guys, but unfortunately, our good Fox couldn't make it. Skipper was there, but I couldn't find him. But just a wee shout out, guys. There was a guy come in who's sometimes in the lobby, but he's mostly he does a lot of long distance driving, and his name's Gary Townsley. And he came here to meet you guys, and he knew everything all about you. He listens to the radio in his cab, and he's doing his late night driving. He's working the night. So I said I gave him a wee mention. I presented him with my Rangers radio badge, and he was over the moon. So Gary Townsley, drive safely, pal. We'll give you a wee mention. So the Fox Nat says he'll bring some of his new type of vodka for you the next time. Anyway, guys, I think we all knew that this team would come out and start to try and kick us out apart. Bowman was up to his old tricks again. I might not be able to get this guy. Was his name Aldred or something? Big, strong. He was. He put his cell about well, didn't he? He had a few tackles, but saying that, he could take a tackle. But the tackle on Fred was absolutely scandalous, you know, and the media's trying to make it out that he was feigning injury and all that. It's absolutely disgusting. But it'll not detract for the way we feel about the 7-1 result. They can take it out any way they want. But for me, typical Motherwell, came to kick us off the park. But you know something, we did show a bit of fight there. But Lorraine way of tackling, and I was pleased about that. I think the gaffers tell them, obviously, look, you know what they were like the last time. They broke Daniel's nose the last time, so you go out and show them what you're all about, and they certainly did that on Sunday, guys.
Rudy, did you think they'd come out and have a right go at them, mate?
I expected we probably would have a go at them, but in all honesty, I expected it to be much tougher than it turned out to be, even when they went down to 10 men, because they're a big, solid side, you know. In my opinion, I've said this before, Drew, they bring nothing to Scottish football, and they play, they play the way their manager tells them, you know. They were doing their usual, kicking players, you know, pulling players, diving every time they get all the usual nonsense that Motherwell go through. And then you've got Steve Robinson having a good greet in the papers as usual to all his pals, you know, or woe is us sort of thing, you know. Well, maybe if they actually came out and tried to play proper football, you know. As I said, they had nothing to Scottish football, in my opinion. And the fact they took an absolute pasting at the weekend, I'm well happy with that, to be honest with you. But I did expect it to be harder, even when they went down to 10 men.
Right. Fox?
Exactly the type of game plan I thought they would have as well. And they got their just desserts with a roughhouse and a Morelos, mate. That young boy hasn't been protected with referees, and maybe the wee call-out against Colum last week with the Rangers board has had an effect. I think that's the best I've seen. I think it was Craig Thompson in the middle. Absolutely refereed the game correctly for me. I thought he had a good game, not just because he sent a player off. I thought he handled the game very well. He gave Motherwell umpteen chances before he booked McHugh. For me, he was going right through the back of Morelos at every challenge, mate, and he deserved to go. I was glad when he went off, because that was poetic justice for me. They set out to rile up Morelos, and once they lost him, the game was open to us. Happy man after he gets sent off, mate.
Aye, brilliant, Foxy. I'm looking at two of the boys, you know, and Jimmy's mentioned it, Rudy's mentioned it, and yourself mentioned it. You know, you're talking about Robinson coming out and greeting about that. You know, what was it? It says Morelos conned the referee. Well, I'm telling you this, and I never thought I would say this. A couple of the boys are having a discussion about it in the lobby. I never thought I'd be glad to say when McHugh gets sent off, Alfie was there pointing in his face and having a laugh at him and then gave him a bit of applause. Yeah. That's what we've suffered for years, and it's time we started paying it back. They show us absolutely no respect, and we should return the favour. Absolutely, I was delighted with it. I was kind of, you know, as I say, my favourite saying tonight seems to be get it up, you deserve all you get. As far as Robinson goes, as far as he goes, you know, it's saying Alfredo made the most of it. What's the difference of taking a dive to get somebody sent off or winding them up all day to get sent off? I don't see a difference, sorry. If you want to play the games, you know the old saying, if you live by the sword. Jimmy?
Aye, definitely, 100% they are true. You know, you get what you wish for, as they say, you know, and typical Motherwell, they're just a bunch of hammer throwers, you know. They come out there and all they want to do is kick us all apart. And it was brilliant to see Fred do that, giving a bit of applause when the referee, Thompson, sent off McHugh. He's a dirty rat, McHugh. He had about 4 or 5 chances. A couple of bad tackles before that. One was on wee Middleton. And then after that, he had a go at Fred. And the referee gave him his chance. And then the next time he hit Fred, he booked him. But they were out to kick us off the park again, and a couple of friends who actually sit in the West enclosure said that they never showed it on television, that Robinson was having him and Gary McAllister and Tom Colshaw, is it, the Rangers other coach, were getting it Bellis's, you know, and Gary McAllister seemingly was getting it back. But no. You get what you wish for, and it's plain and simple. Dirty team, Motherwell, dirty rats. Don't like them, never liked them, especially as they carry on when the big result they had against us when we couldn't get back into the Premier League. Hated them ever since then, and we'll hate them onwards. Aye,
Irwin's shoving Mosney's back in. Mosney turned, gave him a good left hook.
Yeah, but hard
enough. Sorry, mate, I was just laughing at that there. Aye, I know what you mean. Rudy?
He sends his team out to play like that all the time. And then when they pay the price for it, he's all the papers, all the media greeting about it. He's an absolute joke of a manager. I don't mind a bit of physicality through, right? I don't mind. Because I want to see Rangers playing with a wee bit of physicality as well. But I also want to see the quality players that we've got on our side playing the way they played at the weekend there. I want to see them playing well. I want to see them playing good football, scoring good goals. I want to be entertained as a supporter, football supporter. And, you know, and then you watch his side and they couldn't care less about playing football. It's the last thing on their mind. There's smaller teams and them teams, you know, that you would expect to come out and play like that, who actually don't come out and play like that. They actually come and try and play a bit of football. Alright, they might park the bus a bit, but they don't play with the kind of dirty, filthy physicality that Motherwell play with. And they've got away with it. Every single time almost they've played us, we've seen them injure Rangers players. Ryan Jack, the keeper, just absolutely done him and put Ryan Jack out for most of the season. We've seen that Bowman done to Candace, and they get away with it time and time and time again. And then the one time him and his team don't get away with it, Robinson and his team don't get away with it, he's all the papers greeting about it. He's a big lassie, that's what he is. Because finally, the weekend, what happened here through was, and I'll be honest with you, see when I saw Thompson was the referee, I wasn't holding out much hope, to be honest with you. But fair play to Thompson, and Fox hit the nail right in the head for me. He had a good game, and he refereed the game properly. That's the way a ref should be reffing games. The way Thompson done it at the weekend there, you know, he made players accountable for their actions. And for far too often and for far too long, teams like Motherwell have gotten away with their dirty, crappy tactics, and they didn't get away with it at the weekend. And that's why Robinson's pissed off and all the papers greeting about it.
Aye, well said, mate, and no offence to big lassies in general.
No, I like big lassies too, you know.
But I think as well, it's nice we're exploring it. We should be exploring these things and highlighting them as well before we get, you know, into the football. You know, what was a brilliant performance from me. Thoroughly enjoyed the game. Yeah. But, you know, I've read in all the reports, Rangers beat 10-man Motherwell. Now, after McHugh done Alfredo and get booked, he done immediately the same thing about 10 seconds later. He should, you know, for part then. Got away with it, and I think a ref kind of bottled it a bit then, and then a penalty, you know. But the fallout for it, and you're dead right, mate, you're getting it for Robinson, you're getting it for them all. The best laugh I had, I never watch it, but I caught it on catch up. She was looking for some soap thing. Sports scene, Michael Stewart. Oh.
Can I say one more thing on it, mate, before you move on?
Sorry,
the tackle on, we think it was Tate on young Serge Atakai, mate, was absolutely ridiculous for me. I mean, I've read forums and there's people been on shouting about bringing young boys into our first team, and I've always said that they would suffer badly with the physical abuse that some of these teams dish out. Now, he could have knocked the ball out. There were I think there were 7 men down at the time, and he fully threw his tackle and done that young boy for me. And that's the sort of scumbags that play for Motherwell, mate. Absolutely ridiculous doing that for a young boy, and making really more or less his first team debut for Rangers. Young boy, and that's sort of treatment they dished out when they were getting thrashed 7-1 at the time. Scumbag of a club.
Yeah.
Aye, I felt sorry for the wee man. Sorry, Rudy, go ahead.
No, I was just saying, Fox, I agree with Fox 100%. I've had a problem with Motherwell for years, and they've done absolutely nothing that makes me think any better of them. That tackle on young Serge Atakai, young boy, just about into the first team, must have been absolutely delighted to make his first team debut at Ibrox in front of a packed Ibrox, and he got done by a hammer thrower. Somebody who's reached his level at Motherwell and will go no further. And here he's done that, young boy, an 18-year-old kid. And Fox makes a good point. See, if we start putting these boys in, that's the kind of stuff they're going to come up against. You know what I mean? Terrible tackle. Disgusting, I thought.
I felt bitterly sorry for a young boy, you know, coming on, getting his debut, you know, when you're well in front, no real pressure on the boy. He could have went out there and expressed himself. And here that was the thing, you know. Jimmy, the tackling, young Atakai.
That was disgusting. You know, they took advantage of the young boy. He's just only 18. That was a poor tackle, you know. And when I seen him going after it, at first I thought maybe he come back on straight away, and then obviously went back right up the tunnel. But disgusting. But that's what Motherwell's all about. Is Fox is saying there, you know, I mean, the Motherwell play like that all the time. True said that. Rudy said that as well. Sorry, True. That's the way Motherwell play every week. Every other week they're like that. That's the way they like to put themselves about. But we performed against them in that department. We took the tackles, we gave the tackles. And I agree with what Fox was saying about Craig Thompson. That's the best I've ever seen Craig Thompson referee a Rangers game. We usually get really nothing off him, but he let a few tackles go, and he did give them a chance to pull their reins in a bit, and then he had no other alternative. He had to book McHugh, and then the penalty incident, he had to book him and send him off. The tackle on the boy Atakai was disgusting, and fortunately for us, we'd used our 3 subs and there wasn't that much time to go, and we were winning 7-1, so it didn't impact on us any. But that's a disgusting thing they did to the young boy, and hope he recovers quite quick.
Aye, well said, mate. Fox, while you were away there, Jimmy, Fox mentioned the referee and the pressure Rangers had put on Column. Do you think we'll get a bit of payback for that, mate?
I think so, aye. I mean, Gollum pulled out of the game on Friday, saying that he had a hamstring injury or a groin injury or something. I think there should be some recourse, you know. Rangers have got this by their throat now and they should have let it go. Because it was good enough for them there, the puddle drinkers to protest about the referees. All we want is clarification. And if Rangers keep nipping at this and biting at it, and why, we want an answer why. If he gives a reasonable answer why that he did that, then we'll take it. If Daniel Candeias was rightfully sent off, then we'll put our hands up and say we were wrong. But he wasn't. He sent him off because he's a cheat. And he's got to come out and say why. But the unfortunate thing is reading the articles of the SFA, SPFL and the Referees Association, if the referee deems it necessary to review it, then it will be reviewed. If the referee decides not to review it, then there's no other course of action. So it's what Rangers do now is going to maybe change the rules of football and like the referee's decisions and how appeals are heard in the future. But I think Rangers should keep biting at this and see how far they can take it.
Aye, well, it's obviously paid off for the cover-up cathedral mob, you know. Rudy?
Well, I mean, they put in an appeal at Candeias' sending off, which was an absolute travesty. We all know that, you know. I mean, all of the puddle drinkers and their friends in the media seem to think it was all right. And in fairness, you know, to one or two of them in the media, they have come out and spoken against it and said it was an absolute joke. Michael Stewart actually said it on Sports Scene, which tells you all you need to know. If he's saying it was a travesty, it tells you everything you need to know about it. But they appealed it. Willie Collum decided he didn't have to look at it again. He was right in what he'd done. Therefore, the SFA chucked it out. So Rangers have gone ahead and they've put in a full-blown complaint now about Willie Collum. This has to be kept going now. We can't let this go. I don't care about people saying, you know, stiff upper lip, we just go on with it. No, we don't, because that might have worked in the past. It's not going to work anymore now, because of the tackling, some of the absolutely absurd refereeing decisions that we've had to look at, we've had to watch in the last couple of seasons. I mean, you can go back to last season and Beaton's performance at Ibrox against Hibs, when we played Hibs and they beat us 3-2. Some of the decisions made in that game were an absolute joke. We can't have that any longer. It's as simple as that. So fair play to Rangers for putting in a full-blown complaint to the SFA about Willie Collum. He's a jokey referee. I don't believe for a minute through he saw what happened with Daniel Candeias, because if he had saw what had actually gone on, there's no way he could have booked him, because Daniel Candeias done nothing wrong. Absolutely nothing wrong. Now, if you're going to start sending players off for blowing a kiss to an opposing player, then there's going to be players getting booked and sent off all over the place, in my opinion.
Can I just jump in there through? I know there's other guys waiting to go on. But what is happening here is that the referee saw what he wanted to see. So what? No, the compliance officer. Why did after watching the television evidence, why did he know then say that there was a case to answer for Ferdinand when he stuck one in Daniel's chin? Yeah, that sticks in the throat. Sorry to jump in there, Rudy, but that's something that why now we're nearly 2 weeks away from that incident now, and there's been no mention of Ferdinand sticking one in Daniel's chin, and yet he's wanting to do him for what he deems as what we don't actually know, do we?
Listen, mate, don't worry about jumping in unless I'm singing.
I mean, you're right, Jimmy. And it gets a second yellow card for whatever reason Willie Collum happened to imagine, and he gives a second yellow card. Daniel's off the park. He's suspended for the game at the weekend there against Motherwell. Yet Ferdinand, who grabs him round the neck and sticks one on his chin sleekily, gets away with it. And where's the compliance officer, or should we say compliant officer and all this? Missing it again as usual, as is always the case when it's Rangers players. The thing
I was saying, guys, we've now seemed to come out and starting to put pressure on the referees. Now, when that mob caused the referees strike, you know, are we going to get a record number of penalties now, you know, and decisions going for us rather than against us? This is what was meaning. Fox, who mentioned it? Would you like to expand on it?
Sorry, pal. Never quite got that.
You brought it up about the referees, putting a bit of pressure on the referees. You want to expand on it a bit?
No, well, I think if we get refereed to the standard that Greg Thompson done, I don't think any of the Rangers support or any of the MD at Ibrox at all on the management side would have any complaints. All we ask for, mate, is a bit of fair refereeing. And that hasn't been the case there the last maybe 18 months in the Premier League. We've had absolutely ridiculous decisions for Ryan Jack. Some of the decisions against him were absolutely criminal. We've had the Morelos one where the guy has 2 goes at him and Alfie kind of reacts with a wee kick out. They try to get him banned then. And now we have that idiot yesterday. What do you call him? Stephen Robinson. See when he came in, see when he got sent off, mate, he came up to the director's box and he got absolute pelters in the director's box, mate, for his behaviour. And it was well deserved. As I said about the referees, all we ask today is get refereed fairly. And when that happens, we'll have no complaint, mate.
Yeah. Aye, well said, Fox. Rudy mentioned about it. I started the story there. I got a caught sports scene. That Michael Stewart was going bananas. You could say he was spewing, absolutely spewing, and that was a big part of it for me. It was, that adds to my enjoyment. It wasn't a penalty. It wasn't a penalty. The booking was a farce. Brilliant, absolutely brilliant. I lapped it up. But listen, we were all talking last week, guys. We've been talking about it for a long time. 10 men behind the ball. Do you think we've found a solution now, Jimmy? 7 goals scored, 1 for a striker.
I'm not saying we've found the solution, because Motherwell don't play the same way as Livingston and Hamilton. They do to a certain degree, but I hate to say this, I think the change of personnel helped us on the day. Grez had a fantastic game, and I'm just going. Daniel Candace might find it hard to get into the next game. If he plays the same team the way they played yesterday through, then it was a change of personnel that done it for me. Grez has got a lot to prove, and he played well. We Glenn done brilliant again yesterday. So maybe the change of personnel, the gaffer decided that's the way it was going to go for the game yesterday. I'm the only thing that disappointed me was that we didn't get an introduction of Jordan Rossiter yesterday when we were winning comfortably. I'd like to see him come on. But obviously the gaffer had used up all his subs. But teams like Motherwell are always going to play like that. But I don't think they play as bad as the Hamiltons and the St Mirrens and the Livingstons through. And they did come out a few times, and that's when we ate them up, especially when they had 10 men. I just think that the personnel we grazed up front and young Middleton on the other side really tore them apart. So I was obviously Arfield in the middle. He had a fantastic game.
Aye, but yourself, Rudy, do you think we've found a solution to this 10 men behind the ball?
I mean, when it comes down to it, Drew, we've got some real fantastic attacking options. You've got Middleton and Grezda who played yesterday because Candace was out and Ryan Kent's injured. I mean, there's 4 players with pace. They've got a bit of directness about them. I'm sure defences would hate guys like that running at them. I know I was a fullback. I did, but we've got some fantastic attacking options. They have to play the way they played yesterday, though. True for me. All right, I thought the first 20 minutes, maybe 25 minutes, took them a wee bit to get fired up. But see, when they did, some of the football was fantastic to watch. It's down to confidence, though. They have to be confident in themselves. They have to be confident in each other. And we got to a point in that game yesterday where it was a training game, an absolute training game. Motherwell couldn't get near the ball. It was a fantastic second-half performance, and most of the first half as well. We've got the players to do it through. They just need to be confident in each other, confident in themselves, confident about trying things that maybe normally they wouldn't try. If they've got to try something a wee bit different to break down a team that's stuck 10 men behind the ball, then they have to try it. They have to go for it and just do it, which is no something They've done enough this season, in my opinion, when they've come up against 10 men. But we've certainly got the quality. As I said, you've still got Daniel Candeias, you've got Kent to come back. Gresta, for me, yesterday, I thought in the second half was excellent. And, do you know, I don't even believe that boy's fully fit yet. He's certainly not fully match sharp. I mean, he had a big ankle operation in the summer, and he was out for quite a while, so he's still finding his way back. But to score 2 goals on his proper Rangers debut for me at Ibrox was absolutely fantastic. I thought Middleton, I tell you what, man, what a player we've got there, that wee guy. 18-year-old, he's a kid, you know. He's got bags to learn yet, but he's got pace, he knows where the goal is, loves taking players on, and he can put a cracking ball into the box. So we've got the quality there to do it. They just have to get on with it. When they come up against a team with 10 men, they've got to look at each other and say, right, let's try something a wee bit different, because this isn't working. And if it's not working, they need to do something different. Too many times this season, they've not done that. Well, they certainly done that yesterday. But I do agree with you, True. I don't think Motherwell are as defensively minded as the likes of Hamilton and Livingston. I mean, you saw that, you know, Livingston game with the Tims. If you watched sports scene, Livingston done the same thing they'd done to us, but also played a wee bit of football as well into the bargain. Fair play to Livingston. They did actually play a wee bit of football. But there's no reason why we can't break these teams down. We've got players with pace and quality. They just need to have more confidence in themselves, True.
Okay, good answer, mate. Yourself, Fox?
Well, it didn't look as though we'd solved it, mate. We got a brilliant opening goal, terrific ball for James Taverner into Arfield, who finished it absolutely well. Very reminiscent to the goal, the ball for Flanagan and Candeias, for me. Finished it off a long ball through to him. That was a terrific goal. Then we started to lose our way again. The defence looked shaky again. Katic and Morrow weren't looking like 100% a partnership. And we struggled for a wee bit, especially when they get back into the game after about 25 minutes, when Katic failed to stop the cross coming in, and Curtis Main tucked it in, 1 each. And there was a few moans and groans about where I was sitting, I can tell you. And it did look, oh, here we go again, bad mistakes is going to cost us a game. But the penalty did change the game, mate. And what it did was it gave us the room we had. And I think we accepted that wee bonus. I think the midfield got into the box a lot quicker. We passed the ball quicker. We didn't have so many stray passes. We were finding our men very easily. And the rest of the game was just a procession after that. But what we've got to learn is we will only score goals unless we get somebody into the box alongside Morelos. And yesterday, Ryan Jack abandoned his the defensive midfielder and got forward as well. Ajaria was always running about the box as well, and Scott Arfield was in the box all the time. That was the big difference yesterday. And we put Telling boys into the box and found our men and found them easily in space, and we took every chance it was gone, mate, and that was a big difference yesterday for me.
I think you're right, mate. Dougie the Bear saying a little bit, you know, big credit to Andy Halliday. I think we can all echo that sentiment. I think we all thought maybe his time would come to an end. But I don't think he's let us down since he's come back into the reckoning, eh, Jimmy?
Nah, definitely. You're right there. I mean, we were all criticising when they brought him back for Kazakhstan or whatever it was. But the gaffers obviously sat him down and had a word in his ear and told him what he's expecting of him. And he's not let us down, no matter what position he's played in. But what pleased me, I mean, I don't know if it's going to be in the presser, but it was what a bit I seen the day that Stevie G said he told him at half time that we would get the opportunities to make the score line as big as we wanted it to. And I told them they could deliver that. Now, that's brilliant. That's brilliant management. You make the score as big as you want it to be, because he knew that Motherwell were there for the taking. And players like Andy Halliday put it on the line for us yesterday, and he performed very, very well. There wasn't a bad player in the park. Like Fox, when Bowman dummied, where I'm sitting, when Bowman had dummies, Katic and Worrell, I'm thinking, oh, here we go, and put the ball across for the guy Main to score. I thought, oh, here we go again. But the penalty was the turning point. And we went on to obviously the 7 goals that we scored. But Andy Halliday performed really well again yesterday, same as the rest of the guys. Once they sorted that wee glitch out when they scored their equaliser. But I've no complaints for Andy Halliday. And obviously Gerard Gaffer's got a place for him in the squad, and he'll play wherever he asks him to. No complaints. Andy Halliday had a great game yesterday.
Aye, well said, mate. Yourself, Rudy. Andy Halliday come back in at the fold. He's done all right, eh?
He's done really well, I think, True, and I don't think I'm the only one to say that. I never thought he'd still be here, to be honest with you. You know, we've seen the amount of signings that was coming in, especially I was looking at the amount of midfielders we had in that. You know, but Andy Halliday plays left back, he plays in the midfield, you know, he'll play wherever he's asked to play, and he's done really well. He's certainly upped his game for Steven Gerrard, so Steven Gerrard's getting that extra percentage out of him now. And I think a wee while back, maybe a couple of months back or something, in one of his interviews, you know, he said he'd play wherever. If he's asked to play in goals for Rangers, he'll play there. And the boy's certainly playing like that now. I think we're seeing the best of Andy Halliday right now. You know, he's got good players round about him. He contributes really, really well for me, you know, and there was loads of times in the past I just thought, oh, Andy, he's a break, mate, get it together. But he's not let us down at all this season. I'm really pleased for him, because he's a bear, he's one of us, you know, and he's living the dream, so I'm really pleased for him. He's doing really well. He seems to be a big part of the squad, you know. After one of I think it was the game against Ufa, you know, Steven Gerrard grabbed him in a neck hug and just kind of rubbed the top of his head like it was his wee brother sort of thing. So Steven Gerrard obviously thinks a lot of him, you know. So, fantastic. Hadn't let us down at all this season. Long may it continue, in my opinion.
Foxy?
Aye, he's done well, filling in for people that are missing, mate. He's kept it simple. He only had one lapse of concentration, I think, on Sunday, mate, when he inadvertently slipped a ball into the Motherwell player and he ended up on the attack. I don't know what he was thinking or who he thought he was passing that to, but that was just a lack of concentration for me. He's kept it steady, mate. Plays the simple ball all the time, doesn't he try and do anything too fancy, leaves it to others, and he's doing well as a stand-in, mate. I think when Barisic comes back fully fit, he'll no get the left-back spot. And if the midfield keep going the way they're going, they're starting to play now, he'll be hard pushed to get in. But it's a long season in front, and we need players like Andy Halliday to come in, because we'll get injuries and suspensions, and he's not let us down so far through.
Aye, you're right there, Fox. Jimmy, you're talking about the change of personnel there, you know. I'm wondering about Big Katic. He doesn't look the player he was, you know. He seems to be struggling confidence-wise. Don't know if he's carrying a bit of an injury. And he get turned quite nicely for their goal, you know.
Aye.
Any thoughts on him? And you know, and he get pulled at half-time, of course.
Aye. It's at times there yesterday I looked nervous about his depth. Somebody said that in the lobby there, that it was Davy Lindsay. He looks a nervous player at times, and that was shown by the equaliser. You know, the guy Bowman dealt him a right dummy. I don't know. I mean, he had a good first half to a certain degree, but you know, I think there's something just no sitting right with him. The substitution Gareth McCauley was a masterstroke. You know, I wish he was 5 years younger than he is. Big Katic, he's going to have to step up to the plate, you know, and try and keep his spot, because there's a chance here that might go to Gareth McCauley. I know he's got age against him, Gareth McCauley, but you know, he's a vintage player in a lot of ways, and that. So you could see that when he came on, the way he was orchestrating the defence. But so Katic might have a wee bit of job in his hands to keep his position this season anyway. So he does look a wee bit nervous at times, True.
Aye, well, the good thing is we've got options here now, mate. Rudy, Nikola Katic for you.
I think he's lacking a bit of confidence just now, True. I mean, we've all seen his performances haven't been that great, nothing to write home about, you know. I kind of noticed at half-time, when he was walking off the park, he had Tav next to him, and Tav was like talking to him. And he never replied, never said anything. He just looked straight down at the ground as he was walking off. And it looked a bit despondent for me. Obviously, the goal was playing on his mind. He knew he'd been caught out with Bowman, and it was playing on his mind. I get hooked at half time, and maybe he already knew that was going to be the case. Maybe, I don't know. But Tav looked like he was having a wee bit of a go at him. It wasn't going off his nut or anything, but it looked like he was just, saying you should have done better with that sort of thing. I don't know what he was saying to him, but it looked like that to me. So he goes off at half time. Gareth McAuley comes on and absolutely strolled it. And for me, the impressive thing about McAuley was the amount of talking that he was doing. He was talking to all the players round about, he was talking to everybody round about him. I mean, don't get me wrong, by that time, when you're talking about going 3-1 at half time, you go 4-1, 5-1 up, it's a walk in the park, it's a training game after that, and that's exactly what it looked like to me. I feel sorry for Katic a wee bit, because whatever it is that's happened to him, he doesn't seem to be the player he was when he first came in. We were all raving about him, none more so than myself. I was really impressed with him. He's got to try and get back to that again, and I don't know how Steven Gerrard lifts him. He's hooked him a couple of times now in the last 3 games or something, he's hooked him. So I think the big fella, whatever's wrong, it's in his head now, and I think it's a confidence thing, unfortunately, true.
It could be, mate, but I think if anybody can get him back in the straight and narrow, it's Steven Gerrard and his team, Fox, eh?
Well, hopefully, I think it's a confidence thing as well. Sometimes you can try too hard and things don't work out for you. It's a strange pair in the centre-back pair, and what you see on paper is sometimes not the centre-half pairing that works for you. And I was impressed with McAuley, like everybody else, when he came on. Didn't have a great deal to defend, but I did. For the first time, you could hear somebody with a voice at the back. And you could hear him shouting out instructions, telling them where to go, where to be, hold the line. And McAuley's got great experience, ex-Premier League centre-half. I know he's getting on in years, but he could do us a good job to the end of the season for me. And it's beginning to look like for me that it's possibly going to be Connor Goldson, and McAuley would probably be the best. McAuley helping Goldson instead of Goldson he's a relatively young centre-half who hasn't had a lot of first-team game at this level, mate. And I think he's got a lot to learn, and Gareth McAuley could be the man to take Goldson through games, because he, for me, was making a lot of defensive mistakes as well, not just the game in Russia. For a couple of games before that, he looked shaky. And maybe we do need Gareth McAuley in there, his experience, his know-how to help these young centre-halves on. I'm not saying that Gareth is the obvious choice, but it does look to be the man with experience. He's up to fitness now. He's not had a pre-season. It's took a long time to get him to match fitness. So let's hope that he can be the answer to the end of the season. If we can get the rest of the season out of him and Connor Goldson, I think we'll be in a better place. And let the young boys learn off of they too. That's the way it looks to me.
It could be, Fox. In terms of Gareth McAuley, Jimmy, I thought he come on, I thought he brought an air of confidence and he rumbled him up a bit. He wasn't bullied by them, it's their usual forward line tactics. And I think it spread through the team a wee bit, eh?
Aye, definitely. Some in the lobby don't agree with that. Cushy's saying there that he was playing up against nobody, but you're only up against who's put in front of you. But from where I'm sitting watching it, I just thought when Gareth McAuley came on it, he was orchestrating the defence and making sure, and you see he was cajoling players and how get up there, back here, do whatever you've got to do, and I think the experience there is going to be brilliant. And I totally agree with what Fox is saying there. We might not have Gareth McAuley after this season because, age-wise, he might not be able to sustain playing for Rangers. But with Davy Weir came for us in his 6th year. So, to actually give his experience and pass that on to guys like Katic and Goldson is invaluable to us. So I just thought his 45 minutes, he strolled it. And I can agree with Cushy saying in the lobby that it wasn't up against anything special. But at the same time, it looked as if he was a player who who was able to control what was happening in front of him. And that's what we want to see. We've not had a player doing that for us. And that's no discredit against Big Tav, because Tav had a good game yesterday. But he's no got that mannerism of trying to control players and putting them into the position. So I was happy with Gareth, more than happy with Gareth McCauley's contribution for 45 minutes. And I think, as Fox says, it'll bode well for us by helping young Goldson and Katic in the coming season.
Rudy?
I think they can only, Goldson and Katic can only learn off him. You know, he's got a huge amount of experience, Premier League centre-back, international football, you know, he's got a massive amount of experience to impart, you know, and if we can get the rest of this season, a good season out of him, it can only bode well for me, you know. I understand people are looking at his age, people were saying yesterday, well, you know, he wasn't up against much. Well, fair enough, but as Jimmy says, you can only play against who you're playing against at the time, you know, and it might have been the perfect game for us to bring him on. Now, he had a game with the reserves, so he did, I think he got a 90 minutes with him last week or something. But that might have been the perfect game for him, for us to bring him on again yesterday, you know, to bring him on for his first team appearance for me. Perfect game, all right. Second half, wasn't he up against much, okay, but he still had to make his appearance, and he done that yesterday, you know. I think that Goldson and Katic can only learn from him, because they're young players, you know. I think up until now, or certainly at the beginning of the season, with Goldson and Katic, Katic was the young one between the two of them. You know, you're expecting Goldson to be the older head at the in the centre-back position. Well, we've got Gareth McCauley now, you know, and for me, he can be a really able stand-in. As Fox said, and I said, that's probably the first time I've heard a centre-back shouting at players and talking to them, because Goldson doesn't seem to do that. Katic certainly doesn't do it, you know, and that's the kind of centre-back I want. He's got huge amounts of experience. They can get loads off him. And as I said, I don't see any reason why we can't have him in there on a regular basis between now and the end of the season.
I think he had a presence on the park as well, Rudy, which is what I was trying to say earlier, Fox. But, you know, the boys are talking about passing on that experience to our centre-backs. They are pretty young, you know. We talk about Joe Worrall, well, he'll go back at the end of the season, probably. You know, we're talking about Katic and Connor Goldson. What's your thoughts on that, mate?
As we said earlier, mate, it's experience he can pass on. I noticed one thing, I've said this all season about the boy Worrall, mate. He can't get off the ground, mate. He loses more headers than he wins. He's alright on the deck. I've not got many complaints with him on the deck. But watching Gareth McCauley, I don't think he lost a header in the second half. And as somebody rightfully said, Cushy Number said that he wasn't up against much. But the thing was, he's no likely to get turned like Goldson and Katic. A lot of players use their body to turn them and get away from them. I think he'd be calmer under pressure. I'm not saying he's going to be the centre half all season, but I think he'll be of big benefit to us throughout the season. I do see him getting a lot of game time. I think Steven Gerrard knows that experience is essential in the back four, and I can see him probably playing a lot of games between now and the end of the season. And when it comes to the Old Firm game, I thought he would have been slow, maybe a bit ponderous in moving about, but he didn't look that. I was quite surprised that he wasn't as slow as I thought he would be. And I think he can help these two, and we could get two good centre halves under him tutoring them. And I think he's a great influence to have about the dressing room.
Well said, Fox. Jimmy, ponderous, is that not where the Cartwrights lived in Bonanza?
That was Big Hoss stayed there, didn't he? Is Big Hoss in the lobby?
I don't know, mate. It's not been on for a long time, Big Hoss. It was a long time ago he come on. There was a couple of things I noticed as well, guys, and you mentioned them. You know, you were talking about when they equalised. You know, I'm saying, oh, here we go, another clacky Motherwell game. But it didn't turn out that way. And then at half-time, when we were 3-1 up, and saying, oh, this will be a second half here, the feet will be off the gas, you know, and we'll see the game getting played out. You know, it'll fizzle out the game. didn't transfer that by Jimmy, eh?
No, because as I said to you earlier on, I'd read something there that the gaffer had actually said, no, you can go out there the day and you can score as many as you want to score. You know, that's what he said to them, you know, so that, you know, where we're all sitting, we're saying, let's hope this, I mean, where I sit, I'm sitting, in the northeast, at Copeland, in the corner, so I want to see goals. I've seen 3 great goals scored up, I say, okay, one was a penalty, and, some people say, we'll probably take our foot off the gas as usual, but we didn't. We went for the jugular, and that's what the gaffer asked for. Go for it. Score as many as you want to score. Goodness sake, we could have scored maybe 10 yesterday. And that's without exaggerating. I think most of the guys in here, everybody will agree with that. It was a great second half performance. You know, first half was excellent. Second half was more than excellent. And I'm absolutely flabbergasted that some guys are criticising it. And it's the usual ones that, you know, some of the guys that I outed here a couple of weeks ago that mouthing off about sacking this one and sacking that one. These same guys sitting beside me yesterday are fantastic, you know. Look, support your team. Never mind being negative. There's no time to be negative now. Rangers are second in the league, 2 points behind the Puddle Drinkers. A game in hand against the Hearts. Come on now. Bring it on. Let's go.
Well said, mate. Rudy?
Aye, everything Jimmy just said there. You know, we're sitting 2 points now behind the Puddle Drinkers now, you know, who moved into, after their draw against Livingston, have moved into first. We've got a game in hand on Hearts, you know. It's all there for us. It's all there for us, you know. We've got a January transfer window coming up shortly. I have no doubt that they'll go out and spend big in January because they're gone now. So they are. If you look at social media, you see all the stuff that is going on since yesterday. It's been hilarious the way they've been acting, naming their pals in the media, you know. So I don't doubt they'll spend in January. But we've got the opportunity to bring a couple of quality players in January as well, touch wood. Hopefully we do that. But look, we're 2 points behind them. You know what I mean? This is the best we've performed in the run-up to Christmas for a wee while. Was that performance yesterday was just, second half was just outstanding. How anybody can see a negative in that yesterday is just totally beyond me. A 7-1 destruction of a team that, let's face it, the vast majority can't stand the sight of, was just absolutely beautiful for me yesterday. All the, you know, karma came home to roost yesterday as far as I was concerned, and long may it continue. But we have the opportunity now to push them hard. We'll get to the January window. Hopefully something happens then good for us as well. And we can push them right to the end of the season. No other team is going to get anywhere near us if we play the way we played yesterday for most of that game. Second half especially, nobody will get near us. The only team that will compete with us is them across the city when they spend big. I mean, they've got a 60 million wage bill right now through. 60 million, the biggest squad in the country, and already the Tims are screaming about buying new players in January because they're panicking now, you know what I mean? Absolutely panicking. Great, that's what I want to see. I want to see them falling apart and all arguing with each other like that, you know? But we have got an opportunity now to do well. The only thing that I'm thinking back to the last international breakthrough, we beat Rapid Vienna, a really good performance, 3-1. We beat Hearts 3-1 in a really good performance. Then we had the international break, and we know what happened after that. They just didn't seem to be able to get it together. For some reason, I'm hoping that doesn't happen this time. That's the last thing we need.
Here, mate. Fox, did you see it? You know, the manager, we'll hear from the manager after the tunes, I think. You know, it's after-match comments. But the manager spoke about being relentless, ruthless. Did you see a change in the approach yesterday?
Why, we showed confidence once we started to get a couple of goals clear, but I don't want to pee in MD's parade, but we've showed signs of good football all through the seasons and periods, mate. Let's wait to see if we can get through after the international break and up to the end of December, where we've got a horrendous run of games, mate. Same for everybody, but we play a lot of tough games in December, and we need to come through that relatively unscathed to stay in touch with the, what yous are calling them now, the puddle drinkers, right?
Puddle drinkers.
Right, and let's not just think that it's all plain sailing now because we beat Motherwell 7-1. We've got to show some sort of consistency. No use having one good game and then drawing the next one when we come back after the international break. We need to win games, and we need to win in some tough places coming up. And if we, as I said the other night there, last week, we've got to stay in touch to the January window where we may have the money to strengthen me in different areas of the park. But to think we've solved everything by that result yesterday, I wouldn't say that is true. We've still got to stop the inconsistency and start doing it on a regular basis, then we can all be happy.
I think you're bang on there, Fox. Consistency is a big thing. You know, we've got to be keeping it going, as Bridgman says. But as I say, I'll repeat again, I thought yesterday when they had equalised and I'm saying, oh, here we go. And then we went in 3-1 at half time. I'm saying, oh, well, our game will just fizzle now. And it didn't happen like that, you know. We kept going at them. And I was delighted, you know. I'm sure you guys feel the same, but I think we need to bear in mind as well, you know, you're talking about consistency, Fox. I accept that fully, but I think we've got to bear in mind this is a new team we're put together. You know, Gareth McCauley's made his first appearance there, and the young boy Sergio Atakaya, Gresta seems to have arrived now. You know, we've got to give us a bit of time. We've got a brand new manager in place. Didn't have a great deal of experience in terms of managing a team, certainly not at Rangers level. You know, so I think we're certainly going along the right lines anyway. But it's going to take time. This team will get better. The amount of players we've got out, you know, with injury, you know, we can talk about Graham Torrance, we can talk about Jamie Murphy, Borna Barisic, who else? There's quite a few injured, so consistency, I think, will come. But again, I think we've paid the price. We've been quite heavy on injuries as well, and we've managed to stay in touch, you know. We look back, Aberdeen, Livingston, Motherwell previously. You know, these are points we could have picked up. We could have really been sitting pretty at the minute, mate. And if we can get the consistency you spoke about, you know, I don't think we'll have a lot of fear this season, mate. And I think we'll get better and better as it goes. Rudy's talking about the January transfer window. We'll go out then as well. You know, I'm pretty sure that Steven Gerrard and Mark Allen will have identified players to come in as well. You know, so we shall see. There's a lot to play for this season. We've still got Scottish Cup and the League to go for. And of course the Euro. So we'll see how things go. But if you cannot go on mute, lads, we'll have our cultural interlude and then we'll look at the game in a bit more depth.
See them march on, marching on through the years of history. Heads held on high, for the jersey they would do or die. Fight See them march on, banners high as they fly before you, loyal and true, on the way to cheer the boys in blue. Follow they will, marching on to the songs of glory, win, lose or draw, that's the Glasgow Rangers story.
My favourite Fox, all accordions, can he beat them? Absolutely brilliant. But if we can line up the interview with Steven Gerrard for his after-match reaction, we can have a wee look at that and see what we think as well, boys. If you just stay in mute.
Gareth, finally your Rangers debut at Ibrox this afternoon. How much did that? Stephen, I think ruthless and relentless are words we've used all season, and it was certainly that today from your team.
Yes, that's the pleasing thing about today's performance. You know, we were 3-1 up at half time, and deservedly so. But I never want my players to think about the scoreline. I always want them to push and keep going. And really, if we get the chance to put teams to the sword, that's what football's about. And because they leave here with a thing in the back of their head, they always have a memory of the last time they play at Ibrox, and they're the memories we want people to go home with.
So many positives from your side today. Firstly, Eros Grezda getting off the mark with 2 goals and a really good performance. Yeah, it was a really, really strong team performance, but I've been waiting for this moment, and Eros has been waiting for this moment, and the fans have as well, and I think today it's arrived. I think you could see today with his couple of goals, and he had some moments as well, and you know, he can get better, he can improve, and there's more to come, and it will come. He's had a really bad injury over the summer. He's only really coming out of pre-season just now for him. So I'm really excited and confident that there's more to come from him, but you know, when he gets opportunities, it's important he pushes, because when everyone's fit, we have got strength in them areas. On the other side, Glenn Middleton, I think we've spoken a lot about his delivery from open play, but his set piece delivery today and on Thursday was superb. Yeah, well, to be fair to Glenn, he works hard. You know, when people are going in from the training ground, he wants to stay out. I'm having to drag him in every single day. He's working on free kicks, direct, he's working on his crossing, and that's the way he's got to be. He's got to be obsessed with improving. I'm very pleased with Glenn. He's had a big week. I think it's very important now that Scotland look after him. He's got 3 games in 10 days, which I'm very concerned about. I hope they show him the same care and attention that the people do at Ibrox. And from midfield, Scott Arfield, a great week for him on the birth of his daughter, of course, and then the 2 goals today. Yeah, superb. I was wanting a hat-trick for him, but you know, 2 goals will do for his new little girl and his partner. You know, they're a happy family. They've got a couple of weeks now to enjoy it. Very pleased for them, but he was excellent again today. And just in general terms, the standard of football must have really pleased you today. I want to play on the front foot. I want to play aggressive football, certainly here at home. I'm sure the fans enjoyed a lot of the football we played today. We got involved a little bit in the first half in a game we shouldn't have got involved in. It became a little bit scrappy and a little bit of a fight, and we played a little bit too emotionally in the first half. But when we played with calmness and we played at a tempo with incisive passing, it was only a matter of time before we opened them up. But I asked them to be ruthless at half time, and they've delivered. I guess the one negative today is the injury to Serge Atikai. We were so pleased to see him make his debut, but had to come off there. Yeah, we had the luxury today to give Serge his debut, and you know, I'm very keen on a pathway for young players. You know, if they're right and if they deserve it and if they work hard for it, you know, and today was an opportunity to give Serge some minutes, but unfortunately he took a whack on his ankle, and he'll be injured for hopefully a short time, but I'm disappointed for the kid because it was an opportunity for him. And where does this leave you now ahead of the international break? What's the schedule for the players? Well, we've put ourselves right back where we want, which is in the mix towards the top of the table. Now we hope our international players come back healthy, and we try and get people who are injured back as fit as we can, and we relax and we regroup and we try and mentally switch off for a short while, and then we come back and we get ready to give Livingston a very, very tough 90 minutes. And that's my final question. Against St Johnstone early in the season, you had results go your way earlier that day. It's happened again today and over the weekend. Was that managed at all in the build-up? Yeah, of course it was, but sometimes that goes against you. Sometimes people win and add pressure to your performance, but we've handled that well in the past. The pleasing thing for me today is we
we eventually got the performance out of the lads what we were after. And you know, we were given an opportunity elsewhere today to try and strike, and we've struck.
So there you go, lads. Stephen Gerrard, 0141 356 1972, if you'd like to call in and hit us with your opinion. Alternatively, if you send a friend request to Rangers Radio Online on Skype, you'll be brought onto the show. But there we go. Jimmy, what do you think of the interview?
Fantastic. I read a bit that they hadn't actually seen or heard it. We played it here tonight. Aye, he's right, and I liked his wee comment at the end of watch out Livingston, you know, basically that we're coming to get you, you know, we've buried the ghost, I suppose, against Motherwell, and it was a horrendous result against them, you know. He was right, you know, and his attitude is that he wants to blood young players for Rangers and push them through to play, but as usual, Stevie Gerrard, brilliant presser, tells us what we want to hear, not just because we want to hear it, but he's telling us how he wants to run the team and how he expects the team to play and how he expects the fans to see the team play, and that's brilliant. True. Again, there's no fault for him today. I know we criticised him last week, and I was probably the first one about his comments about 12 or 13-year-olds, but I still stand by that. I still think that he shouldn't have outed Connor Goldson that way, but he did it. It's not created the furore a lot of people thought, and I was one of them that thought that would happen. So 10 out of 10 for Stevie Gerrard today. Great presser, told the players what he wanted today, the players responded, and you can't ask for any more than that.
Rudy?
I don't think he can fail to be impressed with yesterday's performance. For me, they done everything right, you know. Fox made a point, you know, but up until the penalty, you know, a bit hard gone them when they equalised. When they equalised, rather. He struggled a wee bit for a time. But look, that's going to happen against teams like Motherwell, you know, because they're a big physical side, you know. You have to compete with them on a physical level. But then once you get past that, you've got the quality players there that, you know, can do the damage as they proved yesterday. The penalty decision was a huge decision in our favour, but the correct decision. That's football. Them's the rules. You break the rules, that's what happens to your team or your player. That's what happened yesterday. Ref stuck to the rules for a change. The ref stuck to the rules, right, and it benefited us. But we still had to go in and win that game. We came out in the second half. I thought 3-1, game's won, more or less for me. I thought the second half would just be a wee bit of a non-event. It'll just be about stopping them for scoring and then try to equalise, whatever the case might be. But it didn't turn out that way. I was really impressed with the second half yesterday, and you can hear it in Stephen Gerrard's press interview there, post-match interview. He was really impressed with him, and rightly so. He's got every right to be impressed with him. This is the kind of style of football he wants them to play. Inconsistency, as Fox has pointed out, has been a major problem this season. There's no getting away from it. You know, there's times when we've watched the kind of football we've played and we've been really thrilled by it, you know. But they have to do it on a regular basis, and hopefully after yesterday's performance they can see that they can do it, they can garner confidence for that performance yesterday. A lot of people are saying, aye, but it's only one game. Well, that's fine. It's better having that one game as not having it at all. It's struggling to beat Motherwell. You know, we'd all been on here moaning and complaining if we'd struggled or if we'd dropped points yesterday. Didn't happen. So he's every right to be pleased, every right to be pleased with individual performances as well as the team performance. And long may it continue as far as I'm concerned. I love his interviews, you know. I mean, after the performance last week in Moscow, we were all so disappointed, really disappointed, because that game was there for the taking, was definitely there for the taking, and we blew it, so we did. And probably 2 weeks before that, we blew it against Spartak at Ibrox as well, because we were certainly the better team in the night, could have put the ball in the back of the net. But listen, this is going to happen. You just have to accept occasionally we're going to be disappointed. This is a team in the making. It's a young team. It's a new team. They've only been together since June, July time. that, so inconsistency, unfortunately, is just going to be a wee part of things for a while until he gets the squad of players in that he wants. But for me, I think there's a great manager in the making there. I can't see by him right now, to be honest.
Aye, well said, mate. Very positive stuff. What about yourself, Fox?
I think the manager's always honest in his summation of what happened in a game. I think he was right to pick out young Middleton, who, for me, showed all signs yesterday. That's 2 goals he scored for just about the same place, mate. He knows where the net is, and I think that was his weaker foot. He struck that way yesterday. Terrific goal. Sorry, Rudy?
Oh, no, I was just saying that, you're right. It was his weak foot, it was his right.
Aye. And Grezda is coming along nicely, but I think we'll still have to wait to see the best of him. I thought he was quite nice to mention young Atakai, and he deserved his wee cameo role. Unfortunately, he got injured. But the thing is, we all want to see football at that Ibrox. It's winning on the road, is a bit of a problem for us. As we all rightfully say, we played a full attacking game out in Russia, but we lost that game because we couldn't keep the back door shut. So I think we need to alter our tactics, especially when we're going away to some of the harder places where we'll need to emphasise on defence at times. And it can't always be all-out attacking football because it does come back to bite you in some of these games. But all in all, I think he summed up everything very well.
I think that's the point you make, Fox. I think he is honest, he's no one of them, that makes excuses or comes away with, stupid comments like, with the plan A better, that really got to me when that was the favourite one as well. But, somebody, I think it was Rudy there, mentioned the personnel yesterday. If you remember, we had a centre-back pair and it's never been tried before, and then it was changed at half-time again. Still no a problem with it, and I think the team, the players within the team are now well used to the shape we're playing, Jimmy, eh?
Oh, definitely. I think yesterday the personnel decided to change the shape. But Fox had said, it was great. It was great to see Jari and Arfield and Jack become more involved. And that's what we want to see every week. Fox has been saying this for weeks, and we've all agreed with him. We know with Middleton and Grezda yesterday, and before that with Kent and Candace going up the flanks, but you want to see them all becoming more involved, and yesterday they did become more involved, and that showed. Whether they're playing against 10 men or 11 men is neither here nor there. The fact of the matter is that's the shape we should be playing in all the time. Defensively, that will take care of itself. We've all discussed it here regarding Macaulay, Goldson and Katic, who's going to be the best in there. We'll let the gaffer decide that. But is the shape that he played yesterday and the way he wanted to play wasn't any different from what we've played before. But he's obviously told these guys, you need to get a wee bit more involved. And I keep saying, that this is what we've all discussed. We need to have the midfield coming in and being involved a wee bit more, especially Ajaria and Arfield, and they certainly did that yesterday, and that was pleasing to the eye. Not just to the eye, the 7 goals we scored for all other part, absolutely wonderful. Grezda, as Fox says, he's still got to be weaned in a wee bit. That was a great game for him yesterday to come in against, because we owed Motherwell one, as I said before, and that was good. I'm really happy the way the shape of the team played yesterday. But we're critical the way that the shape has been. But now what we've seen, that if Arfield and the rest of the midfield can be a wee bit more creative in what they're doing and go forward and help Morelos up front, along with whoever it's Grezda and Middleton or Candace and Kent, that can only benefit us through.
I think you're right, Jimmy, and I think it was obvious we pushed up the park a lot further as well, Rudy, your thoughts, obviously I think, he can swap players in and out and maintain the strategy or the shape of the team, if you like, and we don't seem to lose much when we change players.
No, I thought Middleton and Grezda, just to touch on the white players for a minute here, True, I thought they were excellent yesterday. I was really impressed with Gresda. I thought as the game went on, he came more and more into it. He got 2 goals, so the boy will be as high as a kite just now. I don't think he's fully match sharp yet, because that takes a few games. So, he maybe need another 2 or 3 games under his belt. But I think we've got a real player there. Middleton, well, we all love B. Middleton, don't we? The boy's got absolutely pace to burn. He knows how to score, as he's already proved in the last couple of games. And he's fearless. He's 18-year-old and he's absolutely fearless. He'll take anybody on. He doesn't care. And Steven Gerrard has sort of held him back a wee bit in recent games, Maybe Steven Gerrard's hand was kind of pushed a wee bit, with Daniel Koundé being suspended and Ryan Kent being injured, But look, it worked, and it worked really well yesterday. But do you know who I was really impressed with? And I don't know if I'm swimming against the tide here, guys, but Scotty Arfield, for me, hasn't really done it in many an occasion for us, I don't think, since he's come in. I've not been that impressed with Scott Arfield, apart from maybe 1 or 2 games. I thought Arfield was excellent yesterday, and not just because he got a couple of goals. I think it was Blue Shadow was saying just a few days ago that's where you want Arfield, up in that edge of the 18-yard box doing his stuff, and you saw what he done yesterday. He was man of the match for me. I think Gresda got man of the match, if I'm right, but for me it was Scott Arfield yesterday. A big toss-up between him and Middleton is, for me, for man of the match. I thought Ajaria was excellent for a big boy. He's got great feet. They twists and turns that he does, that's an absolute nightmare to try and mark a guy when he can turn and twist and turn like that and get away from you. And he's a big boy. He's got a bit of pace about him. I thought Ajaria was excellent yesterday. I thought we saw the best of Ryan Jack at times yesterday as well, especially as the game went on and we scored more goals, and Ryan Jack was wanting to get further forward and get involved. And it's like we've all been saying for ages now, and I've said it, and Blue Shadow said it, your midfield win you games. It's your midfield that win you games. They need to get further forward. They need to help out Alfredo. They need to help out the boys that are playing wide. They need to get into the box. The more men you get into the box, the more chance you've got of scoring goals. And that's what we've done yesterday. Very noticeable that every time we went forward, certainly in the second half, every time we went forward, had 3, 4, 5 guys in the box all want to get in on the goal scoring spree for me. But they've got to do that in every game if they can. Occasionally they'll come into a game where, as I think it was Fox was saying, you're not going to be able to all-out attack like we did yesterday. Well, that's fine. But when we can, we should be doing that against the likes of Hamilton and Livingston. That's how we should be playing. We're talking about Hamilton and Livingston here, no Barcelona and Real Madrid. We should be able to play the way we played yesterday against Livingston and Hamilton. But like you say, True, you get to a point yesterday where they brought some new players in. Jimmy mentioned it as well. Other players got brought in yesterday, and they've done a fantastic job for me. I thought they played really well. Credit to them.
For you, Fox, you think, he's swapping personnel and all the rest, and it's not really affecting the performance that much?
I think all the players are kind of similar in the midfielders. I thought Ajaria showed yesterday his strength on the ball, but I think his final pass is sometimes a bit lacking. He goes for the Hollywood pass sometimes when he doesn't need to do it. But it was good to see him turning straight forward today instead of playing the ball back. I appreciated that yesterday. And Ryan Jack, for me, is getting wasted at defensive midfielder in games because we do fear breakaways, especially when Tav's up the park, and probably when Barisic's coming back, somebody's going to sit there. But sometimes it leaves us with only 2 players in the midfield, and Ajaria and Arfield, and sometimes they go overrun. And it's how we solve that problem. When to attack all together, and when we've got to sit back and be a bit more patient for me, especially away from home. We've seen us go a goal up and then we throw it away because we're still trying to chase more goals. When 1-0, you just get the same 3 points for. It's just picking our moments to attack. And Ryan Jack getting forward yesterday, I thought he was excellent. I think, was it 2 assists he had, or was it just the 1? But he played well, and he played well alongside Tav when Tav was getting up the wing. And Gresda, when he swapped over when young Atakai went off, I thought he floated about the front line, found himself in space quite a few times, and I was liking what I was seeing. The movement was good up front, and that always helps midfielders when they're trying to find the pass to get you in. And Alfredo again, mate. I loved it when he scored with a heat, because a lot of people used to say that he'd like a throttling bit, but he's starting to get that confidence, and that was a good goal he scored as well. I was pleased for him. And he takes the abuse and now he's controlling what his reaction is. Things are looking good, but we need to watch with this game, as I keep saying, because this is how we're going to get judged as we go forward. A lot of pressure put on the team. We've seen the good football. Can they reproduce it again and keep us all happy?
Aye, well, that was a very accurate summation as usual for you, Fox. Well done, mate. I think as well, some of the guys are talking about, you know, Scotty Arfield, you know, man of the match, Eros Grezda, man of the match. And I've noticed that this season when we've a really good display, you know, you can pick out 5 or 6 and you wouldn't get a great deal of argument, Jimmy, yeah?
Nah, definitely. And just for those who don't know, a threepenny bit is get more sides on it than a 50 pence piece.
Aye, well...
I mean, aye.
I picked that one up, but I wasn't going to bite with it, you know.
Threepenny bit, aye.
Aye, threepenny bits can be saved for
aye. They're quite a nice pair of threepenny bits. But anyway...
Perfect bits.
Well, we're right off track here. What Fox is saying is 100%. You know, the personnel that's there will play the way that the gaffer wants, but it's a much as muchness. You know, they are very, very similar, and that's the way he sets them out shows that. So, I mean, the way. Like Grezda does play the way Candace plays, but I think he's got a wee bit more silkiness about him. And Glenn Middleton, to me, is a bit more direct, because Ryan Kent has got a wee bit more playmaker in him. So they've got a muchness, you know, but we need to be careful. But I know we're on a high here tonight, and we're getting, you know, I'm not saying we're getting carried away. We beat Motherwell 7-1. But as Fox has said earlier on, we've got a big month coming up ahead. You know, 4 of our league games are at home. We'll take out the European games because they'll take care of ourselves. No, but we owe Livingston one. We play them the next game after the international break, and then after we play Villarreal, we've got the Hearts right at Ibrox on the Sunday. So that at Tynecastle on the Sunday. That's going to be a hard game, and then we've got the Shaggers on Wednesday, the 5th of December. Then Dundee on a Saturday, and then obviously we've got the European game, and then we play Hamilton. We want to do them at Ibrox. And then Wednesday the 19th, guys, we've got the Spoonburners. St Johnstone against the Ulsterman's team at St Johnstone. And then we've got the Spoonburners before we play the Beggars or the Puddle Drinkers. So we need to make sure that the teams that we put out are capable of performing to the level that we all know that they can perform. And as Fox said, there's muchness there with the midfield players. They all kind of play the same way, but some of them have got that wee bit more guile. And I would say that like Arfield, Jack and Ajari at the moment is good. And I agree with Fox here, but Ajari has Hollywood pass sometimes. He needs to get rid of that. He needs to try and just play the simple pass, and that's it done. But he tries to be a bit more Hollywood. And I agree with Fox there.
Aye, well says, pal. It's like getting like Cockney rhyming slang on here. Beggars, puddle drinkers, spoon burner, sheep. You're not regular on here. That was all gobbledygook. Rudy will come to you. Aye, threepenny bits. Rudy will come to you in a minute. Been joining the phone. Hey, evening caller.
Hello there.
Hello, little blue. How are you? Tell me you had a good day out on Sunday.
I have an amazing day out. Thank you very much. I've got lots of stories to tell, but I better not be telling them here.
Oh no, it's that Skipper behaved.
Oh, he always behaves. I'm talking about the rest of the crew.
All right, okay.
Oh.
No, I'm only joking. They were all gentlemen.
Oh, that's a shame.
What's
no, well, I was just going to say, you know, we were talking about the Jaria there. I feel that, yeah, although he does all these fancy moves and everything, he's, I think he hogs the ball too much as well. He doesn't really pass that much to the other players. It's like he's trying too desperate to get a goal in for himself. Sometimes. I mean, I don't know if anybody else agrees with that, but
you want to take that one, Rudy?
I think he's he's desperate to impress Little Blue, you know what I mean? And he's a good player, is Ejaria. I think somebody mentioned earlier on about his final ball into the box, you know, and his passing in the final third can sometimes be a wee bit shaky, you know. But he's a good big player, you know. For the size of him, the way he twists and turns, he's got great feet on him as well, you know, and he carries the ball forward really well too, you know. I saw that lots yesterday. As for passing, I think sometimes maybe he's just wanting to impress, you know, and he's thinking, you know, if I can get edge of that 18-yard box, I can have a wee go here. You know, he had a couple of goals yesterday, you know, didn't come off for him, unfortunately. But he has done that in the past. Against Motherwell at Fir Park, he scored an absolute cracker of a goal from the edge of the 18-yard box, you know. But maybe he should be looking up, you know, raising his head, looking to where everybody else is, and maybe the pass would be the best option for him as opposed to shooting. Maybe you're right.
Yeah, I mean, don't get me wrong. I mean, I think there's quite a few players that are quite guilty of that, to be fair. But you know, yesterday it was a little bit frustrating at times just to be watching him. You know, like you say, not looking up and you know where he could have been passing the ball and giving somebody else.
Who do you think was man of the match, Little Blue? Who do you think was man of the match then? Because Ejaria, for me, was one of the top 4 players yesterday, I thought.
Yeah, oh God, who did I say? Arfield, I thought he deserved it as well.
Yeah.
I don't think that the person that got the man in the match, I'm having mind blank here. I don't think that he was like Greta.
Kresta.
Yeah, Giros Kresta.
Yeah. So I don't think that he was as deserving of man of the match for me.
Do you think it was a possibility it was his first proper start at Ibrox and he got his 2 goals? And it was a decent performance. Well, Little Blue, it was a decent performance. Do you think that's why they gave him man of the match, maybe? Yeah,
I think that probably was what the case was the fact, you know, that he was getting the full game. My other thing is that I have to be saying is that when, you know, this international break comes along, and I know it's going to be 2 weeks, but my concern is because after the last international break, they were not playing as well as they could have been playing.
Well said.
And I thought that was really, really disappointing, because considering that they did have that break, you know, and I thought a week would have been quite sufficient enough for them to brush up on certain things, and it really wasn't. So I'm hoping that this time round, that they definitely, you know, improve, especially with all the bigger games that are going to be coming up.
What about yourself, Fox, over Ejaria, Eros Kresta? For me, I thought Eros Kresta arrived yesterday at Ibrox. You know, I thought he had established himself.
First on Ejaria, mate, he's very strong in the ball. He doesn't easily get pushed off the ball. People said he's got quick feet to get away. People scored a great goal against in Europe and Spain, mate. I think it was when he curled one into the edge of the box. He's got that in his locker. I think it's just age again and experience. As he grows older, he'll get better and better for me. We've had a few loans for down south who all look good on the ball, but he's got the strength to go along with it. Works very, very hard. Challenges in the air because he's quite tall. I'm quite impressed with Ejaria. As I say, it's just a Hollywood ball at the final when he lets it go. I think yesterday he tried to thread one through to young Middleton, which would have been terrific if it had come off. But Alfredo was clear on the other side and it was an easier pass for me. I think he should have made that pass instead of the Hollywood pass. But his all-round game's improving. He's beginning to get a hang of Scottish football. I think he's going to have a good future, that boy. As for man of the match, I didn't think I had a man of the match. What I would say is, I was saying last week that we never seem to get the three units to play well. And I think on Saturday, after the shaky, maybe first half an hour, that all three departments, the defence, the midfield and the attack, all contributed to the game. And I thought it was the star man for me would have been the whole team, because I think they actually played as a unit. And I think they played very well as a unit.
Aye, well, that's kind of the point we were making, folks. You know, you could pick out quite a few and you wouldn't get a great deal of argument about man of the match stuff. But Gresta, do you think he established himself yesterday, Jimmy?
Aye, definitely. And what Fox was saying there was right. I said that at the start. You know, I thought overall the whole team performance was absolutely superb. Gresta did arrive yesterday, you know, and he has got a wee bit to go. And that might sound silly after he scored two great goals and that. I mean, he was in my top three as man of the match, and I'm glad that they gave him it. But I think probably got it because it was his first full start and played the 90 minutes there for the team yesterday. Scott Arfield wasn't far behind. But going on to Ajaria there, you know, the Hollywood ball that Fox is talking about is right, you know, but overall, he's a cracking player and somebody that we're hoping that we can keep a hold of next season, whether it be buy him or we keep him in loan again. Sometimes he has a wee. His head sometimes doesn't do what he wants his feet to do, you know, and the wee flicks and the Hollywood boys, as Fox has called it, they don't come after him, you know. And the one that he's talking about in Middleton, that, you know, he's 100% right. But man of the match, I would have gave it to Gresta, because it's 2 goals and he scored it on his first full 90 minutes for Rangers at Ibrox. But I can't disagree with what Fox I said earlier on the night, that the whole team performed well, and I didn't see a bad player apart from that wee glitch when Katic and Worrell get dummied for the goal. Apart from that, overall, 99% of the game was Rangers, so I've not got any qualms with that. I would go along with Fox and say, team performance was a man of the match. The whole team.
Aye, fair enough, mate. Little Blue, I thought as well with the game what was kind of noticeable. Very little of them giving away the ball, and they did the simple things well for me.
God, my phone's breaking down. Sorry, it's my fingers. No, yeah, I mean, they did play very, very well. I mean, my goodness, seven goals, you know, and they could have had, you know, quite a few more on top of that. And it was actually nice to see the ref being quite fair for a change. I don't know if that was covered earlier. But because I've not managed to listen to the earlier part of the show, but he was fairly fair this time, and that was a bit better to see. I don't know whether it was because Rangers themselves, you know, the club, said their piece basically, or you know, whether the ref decided to give a fair game. Surprise, surprise, but. It depends on how the next lot of games come up, doesn't it?
Aye, well said. Rudy?
I think it's a good sign when you're saying that the team is the man of the match, isn't it? It shows how good a team performance it was. But it's also a good sign for me as well, True, when you can pick 5 or 6 players as man of the match. You know, I probably, you know, if you asked, you know, everybody in the lobby, you know, who was your man of the match, you'll get 4 or 5 different names. That's a great sign for me. There was some cracking individual performances for me, none more so than Scotty Arfield, Ajaria and Wee Middleton for me. You know, Gresta I thought played really well. Ryan Jack played really well. Macaulay played well when he came on. Some people think he was up against nobody, but I thought he played really well when he came on. You know, Tav, I thought had a good game for a change. Tav's not exactly been on fire recently. So you could say the whole team played really well, you know, especially in that second half. They played some really good football. It was great to watch, scored some cracking goals. So for me, it all just bodes well for the future. But like Little Blue was saying, after that last international break, we can't have that again. We don't want to see performances like that again. After this international break, they need to get back in it again. We'll have players coming back in. Kandais will be back in. Hopefully Ryan Kent will be back. You've still got Jordan Rossiter there, who didn't get a run out yesterday. Wee bit disappointed like Jimmy. I'd like to see Rossiter get a wee run out in the second half. But, you know, so we've still got some quality players to come back in after the international break, you know. So it all bodes well for the future for me, as long as they can be more consistent with that kind of performance. If you get to a point and, you know, after a Rangers game when you're picking 5 and 6 different players for man of the match and saying it was a team performance, the team performance was the man of the match, that's brilliant. That's the way you should.
Absolutely. Sorry. I totally agree with you there about that. If they can all play like they played on Sunday, and they can keep that kind of momentum up, we'll just be on a very good roll, and I would like to see that.
I think we all would, Little Blue. You know, it bodes well for the future, but it's interesting. I wonder what effect this international break will have on the team as well. But I think, you know, you're talking about, earlier I meant to mention, we're talking about Gareth Macaulay coming in, but Stephen Gerrard, I think somewhere had also said with the closed door game, was it Barnett or Barnsley or somebody that played just to give a couple of players a bit of match time, But going back to the point, Fox, I noticed that, you know, the passing was a lot better, and, you know, they were doing the simple things well, Fox.
Aye, the passing did improve. A lot of them had their head up. But again, it's the movement that allows the pass, mate. I think in games that we've seen where we've struggled, were too static for me. Morelos has improved his movement up front. He's holding up with the ball and his wee side layoffs to either the winger or Tav is sometimes great to watch. And as we said earlier, get your midfielders into the box, you've got better chances of scoring, and that's what we've done. Also, what was good yesterday was were set pieces. I thought they were improved. I thought were corner kicks. Young Middleton put in some tremendous corners. Tav got a few in as well, which is a big improvement. We were getting them by the first man for a change. And I thought also the cutbacks to the likes of Scott Arfield, etc., was a wee bit different than trying to find Alfred Morelos all the time. And I think the widespread of goals shows that we were picking other players out rather than Alfredo, who was heavily marked. And that's where we got the space and we had the guile to score from these. Scotty Arfield's second goal with his left foot, mate, nicely placed into the corner. I really enjoyed that. I think it was Ryan Jacket set that up. I thought we displayed well, and let's hope we can keep it up.
I don't think there was a bad goal at the 7, Fox, even including the penalty. You know, he had to take it twice. Jimmy, what was your goal of the game?
My goal of the game was, it's got to be Scotty Arfield's first or Gresda's wee dribble. They were cracking goals. But Scotty Arfield's goal was, it's the way he just, at first I thought he'd lost the ball and he just controlled it and slid it into the corner. And Gresda's goal, but it's not getting much credit because that man that you mentioned, who I'm not even going to mention again on that programme, I'm not even going to mention it's on a Sunday night, said, what do you expect for a bad defence to lose a goal like that, you know, but it was a sublime goal. Gresda's feet was fantastic and his wee dribbles and turns and that and put it in the net. That was, out of the 7 goals, I would have picked one of the two. If I had to pick one, I would probably go for Gresda's.
Aye, okay, mate. I thought Tavernier's pass for the first goal the diagonal ball into Scotty Arfield, you know, and the way he just placed it was absolutely fantastic. We seem to have lost Little Blue, but thanks very much for phoning in. Always a welcome caller. Rudy, what do you think was a good goal of the 7?
Couple of cracking goals there. Jimmy mentioned that. I loved the way Scotty that the pass for Tav and Scotty Arfield took it down on his thigh, let it hit the deck, first touch, hit the ball hit the deck, and then he just curled it into the bottom corner. I thought it was a cracker. But goal of the game for me was young Middleton's. The cutback for Grezda, right to the edge of the 18-yard box, and Middleton came in, first timed it, with his weaker foot, some might say. Absolutely clean strikes, kept it nice and low, right into the back of the net. I thought that was a cracker of a goal. Well worked by the two of them, I thought.
I thought that was a great goal and all, mate, the way he took it first time, just straight in, you know, the accuracy was absolutely brilliant with it, you know. Brilliant.
Telling it was his right foot as opposed to his left, you know. But the work done in the right-hand side of the park, though, as well, and the build-up to that goal by Grezda, I thought was excellent. His cutback was pinpoint accuracy. The wee man just had to run on it and hit it first time. It was a cracking goal, true.
What about yourself, Fox?
I think the first goal was an absolute peach, as I said. Very similar to Flanagan's goal. It must have been something we've been working on. The long ball and right through them to the middle. Arfield got forward, terrific ball for Tav, laid it on a plate for him, and he finished it terrifically. I suppose that was the best goal for me, first goal.
I enjoyed them all, actually. I think, as I said, at the 7, I don't think that, you know, there was a bad goal among them. Even the penalty, you know, and having to take it twice because of the shenanigans of the Motherwell mob, you know, but absolutely brilliant. As I say, go ahead, Rudy.
Can I just mention that, True? We've absolutely gave Tav a hard time in the last few weeks, last few games, haven't we, you know? But there he stood up there yesterday, all the shenanigans that was going on. I think it took 2 or 3 minutes before he could take the penalty, or they had to retake the penalty, you know. Scores the first one, has to hang about waiting for a couple of minutes to take the second one. The pressure must have been absolutely enormous on him. And then he steps up and slots it away brilliantly. Fair play to Tav. I thought it was a brilliant penalty.
I have got to agree with you there, mate. You know, he's grown a bit in stature for me. I know he always gets a criticism about his defensive qualities. But I think, you know, you can't have it both ways. You used to be able to have it both ways. I don't think you can nowadays, Jimmy,
Oh, no, I was probably one of the biggest critics of Tav in the last few weeks now, but 10 out of 10 for me. He stepped up there, especially second penalty. We were all sitting saying, it's just like him to miss it, but no, he showed great composure and put it in the back of the net. I mean, you're right, True. I mean, every goal was a great goal, including the penalty, you know. And we've all got my favourites. I just like the player that can do a bit of dribbling and put the ball in the way he did, you know, no matter who he's playing against. And yes, Scotty Arfield's was a cracking goal. Scotty Arfield's 2 goals were cracking goals, but I mean, Tav showed there yesterday that I can step up and take the pressure, and he did that, you know. Because if we hadn't scored that, we were maybe thinking, oh, here we go, against 10 men, we're going to struggle. But we didn't, and 10 out of 10 for Tav for that, mate, definitely.
I definitely think he's flourishing in his role as captain, Fox.
I've always stood by Tav, as everybody knows on here. I think he's a great player, mate. Okay, he does have his wee defensive lapses, but I think he more than makes up for what he adds going forward. Putting a terrific cross as well for Grezda's header at the back post as well. Some of his balls into the box yesterday were terrific, you know, and I just think he's a good player, mate. I can maybe I'm a wee bit lenient on what people call his bad defending, but I don't think it's as bad as people make it out to be. He's strong in the tackle, and I think he wins more 50-50 balls than people give him credit for. And he's strong in the air as well. Great going forward. I think that he's a regular 7 at least for me to have, you know. I think he puts his heart into every game. Some games doesn't work out for him, but I think he's a great player for us, mate.
Aye, you've always been consistent in that one, Fox. What about yourself, Rudy? Do you think he's flourishing in his role as captain?
I can't say that I think that, to be honest, Drew, because I wouldn't have given him it in the first place. And as the season's gone on, there has been times where I've thought I didn't think he's the right man to have the armband, if truth be told. I kind of thought that Steven Gerrard would bring his own captain in. More like, no specifically Gareth McCauley, but that kind of figure for me I thought would come in and take over the captaincy of the club, you know. And I sometimes think if you took the pressure of the captaincy off of Tav and just let Tav play his natural game, it maybe add to what he does. But I think that with Tav, I think the reason why we're critical of him is because he's one of the longest serving players at the club right now. We expect a lot of him because, as Fox says, he's undoubtedly a good player. You look at his assists, you look at the amount of goals he scored, none more so than the amount. I don't think he's missed a penalty yet. You know, I think he's, 9 penalties now or something, and then you had the pressure of that, having to retake that one yesterday, he just slotted it away brilliantly. So we expect a lot of Tav, you know. So when he's a wee bit off of form, because he's the captain, he's a wee bit off of form, we tend to give him a wee bit of a hard time. And maybe Fox has got a point. Maybe we are a wee bit unfair on Tav at times, you know. But as far as the captaincy goes, I don't know. I still don't see Tav as what I would consider to be a captain in the traditional sense, you know. Maybe I'm just a wee bit kind of old-fashioned in my thinking. I'd much rather see a dominant centre-back as our captain. You know, I mean, maybe I'm just harping back to the likes of Butcher and Goff and guys like that, but I'd much rather see a dominant centre-back as captain.
Aye, okay, mate. The international break coming at the right time, the right time. What do you think, Jimmy?
When is the right time and the wrong time? We beat Hearts 3-1. And then we went to international break and we're all in a high through, and then, as you've said here many times, and that we just seem to perform so badly. There's no really much the gaffer can do. You know, he did say there in his presser that he's hoping for his players to come back, and that was good that he said that he hopes that the players that go that are protected, you know, especially young Glenn. We're hoping, our first game back for the international break is against Livingston at Ibrox, so that's a good game to come back for, because we owe Livingston one big time, and let's hope we do the same to them as we did to Motherwell yesterday. And then obviously we'll get the Villarreal game, which will take care of itself. We all know why we're there. It'll make us decent money, and let's hope that we can progress. But the big one for me is Hearts. Tynecastle on the 2nd of December. That will be a big game, and then we play the Shaggers on the Wednesday at Ibrox. So they 3 games will sort us out what the international break's done to us. True, we should beat Livingston. We're very capable of beating Hearts. I think they're imploding now, and Christ, we know Aberdeen, the Shaggers one. Beat them at Ibrox on a Wednesday night under the floodlights. That'll be brilliant. So,
I think the manager sent out a wee broadside to Livingston as well. You know, I think he sent him out a wee word of warning, Rudy.
He certainly did. I don't know. Sometimes that kind of thing can come back, a kick in the backside when you're not expecting it through, you know. But as Jimmy says, we're more than capable of beating Livingston at Ibrox. You know, if we could take apart a Motherwell team the way we did yesterday, there's no real reason why we can't do the same to Livingston. But I want to give a wee shout out to Livingston here. Livingston, though, as bad a team as people seem to make them out to be, they've done so well. They're a big, strong team. They've found a way of playing that gets them the results, and they're getting them. That's the thing, they're getting results. We all know how they play. Teams are struggling to beat them. You know, I mean, the Tims couldn't beat them there either. Teams are struggling to beat them because of the way they play. They all stick to their job. They all know what their job is. We just need to find a way of getting through them this time. We didn't do it last time. It was a really bad performance. Nobody gets any credit for that performance, in my opinion. I suppose most Rangers supporters' opinions, we were all very critical of them. When we play Livingston, first game back after the international break, there can be no excuses. It's going to be at Ibrox. It'll be a packed out Ibrox once again. They need to get at it right for the very first minute and play the way they played yesterday. Now, if they play like that, the way they did yesterday, I don't have any doubts that we can easily, probably 3 or 4-0, and we can come away with the 3 points through.
Here's hoping, mate. I hope you're right, Fox.
Stubborn team, Livingston. Hold on, we're just bringing the caller in, mate, as well, I hope. Stubborn team, they play a 3-5-1-1. Usually with Menga up front. Don't know if he'll be available to play against us or no, because the Tims are trying to get him banned. But their back three are Lithgow, I think it's Craig Halkett and Gallagher, with Liam Kelly behind. And the five in the midfield worked their socks off. This will be a hard team for us to break down. They've found it troublesome in the last game where they beat us 1-0. They've drew with the puddle drinkers, as you call them. And they're stubborn teammate, they work hard for each other. And if we can find a way to break down them at Ibrox the way we broke down Motherwell, I'll be a happy man. Anyway, we've been joined by a caller, I think it's Colin.
Hi, that's right. How you doing? It's Ninja here. I just thought I'd give a wee call to say that I really like the show and that. It's good to come home and after a lot get a wee listen to what's going on. You guys seem to have a lot to say and it's decent to listen to it all, so it's great. Cheers.
Thanks for that,
points
Colin.
to make at the minute. I know, 8 points at the minute, but I do. It's great, man.
Cheers,
Well, we'll
you still
drag some at you.
You still take your medication, Colin? You still on the medication, mate?
No on the medication, no. But one thing I would say is like Morelos. I think he gets a lot of bad stuff happening, and I think it's a shame that a lot of folks seem to think he rolls about and all this stuff. But I really think that the guy, he's only giving back what he's getting. At least he's getting bit at a bit. So for me, Morelos is brilliant.
He gets targeted, Colin. Every game they target the boy, you know what I mean? And then when he has a wee, when he has a wee girl back at him or he mouths off a wee bit, everybody starts going tonto about it. But they don't actually mention the amount of harassment the boy gets, the amount of bad tackles. Just look at that game yesterday, for instance. McHugh went right through the back of him about 3 times,
He's cutting about with a gum shield in as if he's in an MMA match, He's out there blocking them. And I heard a couple of other people talking about him as if today I was out at work and they were saying he's diving about, and I was pointing out the gum shield and the rough treatment, and it's bad Rangers, usual.
Yeah.
You happy the way things are going?
I think that for me at the minute, I mean, it's great to see that the goals are levelled. There's 2 points behind, of course. Steven Gerrard, new manager. As you've pointed out, there's a lot of tough games coming up, but the European one as well, it's been brilliant. That's made it all that bit more. I wasn't expecting it, but when I was watching Rangers, I always expected them to get to Europe, and you're always expecting to try and that European thing was great, but it's great that we're back in there, and I'm happy so far. You can't win it all, straight away, but he's definitely doing something right anyway, I think.
Yeah, well said, mate. So we'll put Livingston to the sword then, Jimmy, eh?
Definitely. How you doing, Colin?
Not bad.
I would expect this. I can agree with Foxy saying, they're a stuffy team, and they'll come to Ibrox and they'll put 10 behind the ball, and we all know that, and they certainly put themselves about. The big manga guy, whatever, Dolly Manga, whatever his name is, Dilly Dolly, Dally Do. He might be there and might not be there, but who cares? If we go and perform the way we did yesterday against Motherwell, and we do the same against Livingston, then we can wipe the board with them, kick them off the park, football-wise. I don't have any qualms about that. But that's Livingston, and that's the way they play, and they are a big team who like to put themselves about all the time. And Rudy said they're nowhere they are in the league for nothing. they've got a fair amount of
solid unit,
solid about them. So, but we'll take it. It's a good game for us after the international break, home against Livingston. We can't ask for any more than that, and I think obviously we could beat them quite comfortably, hopefully.
No, I think that's a game that we can win, yeah.
It might give us a bit of time to get some of the injuries cleared as well, Fox, eh?
Well, hopefully, mate, we'll see Barisic back, and Connor Golston seems to have a wee chest problem at the moment, I know, and aye, I'm looking forward to it. It'll be a long 2 weeks as it was in the last international break, but I'll not be long till it goes in and we can get back to Ibrox and watch the Gers again, mate.
Aye, Rudy, can we clear up some injuries during the break? Maybe working a few set pieces.
Aye, certainly we've got a few, haven't we? Barisic, Ryan Kentnew's got a wee problem, hopefully that gets sorted out. And I think it's, I don't know how many boys are going to be away in international duty, but it's a big opportunity to start working on stuff, start working on they should be looking at the Livingston game through the international break and working it, because listen, we know how Livingston are going to play. Jimmy's just told you, Fox has mentioned that we know how they're going to play. So it's incumbent upon the coaching staff now to start thinking about this game through the international break, get the players on the coaching field, the ones that are not away in international duty, and start figuring out how they're going to get through that mob, because they're a big, solid outfit, so they're, and they've got a strategy that they stick to in every game. They never change how they play, so they need to start working on it now. So it'd be great to get some of the players back who's injured. It'd be great to get them on the coaching field and work out how we're going to beat Livingston.
And if you remember the last time that they had the international break, the gaffer gave the team, the squad, a week off. I would like to think this time he brings in those who aren't in international duty, and we have got more not in international duty that we have on it. So I would think it's incumbent that he brings them in and does some sort of ball work or whatever he's got to do leading up to the Livingston game. We don't know who's going to be injured, because we don't know if Fred's going to be available for Colombia. He has been picked. We know Big Laugh's been picked as well for Northern Ireland. So Ryan Jack, unfortunately, has been chosen for the Tartan Trannies. But I would think, hopefully, that he keeps the squad of players at least for a week of this too, to try and work in some other things to keep the match fit ticking over. Do you guys think the same, aye?
They'll not have the plastic pitch on their side this time as well. I think that plays a lot. I know they're a good unit, but it's difficult for anybody to go there. And if it's at home, I think we'll beat them.
And on that point, Ninja, I'm sorry, gentlemen, we've reached that time of night again. But a big shout to yourself, Colin, for phoning in. Little Blue, lovely caller. It's nice to speak to somebody pleasant, Little Blue. Yourself, Jimmy, Rudy as well, and our Fox for doing the technical stuff. It's been great, a good night tonight. I think we're all feeling up for it. Hopefully after the international break we can pick up where we leave off at this time, but there we go. But anyway, I'd like to thank all you guys, as I said, everybody listening on YouTube, everybody listening on Twitter, and all the bears in the lobby, and Tracy, you're a fearty. So there you go. We'll be back a week tonight. This has been Rangers Radio. Good night, everybody.
Just what the Rangers really mean to me. These last few years I've been afraid that we might drift away. So I've been telling old stories and singing songs made me think about where we come from. That's the reason why I feel so very proud today. So let me tell you that I love you, and I think about you all the time. Irish Stadium calls me, and now I'm coming home. To think of life without the Rangers, you know that it would make me more sad. Glasgow Rangers is everything I've ever had. We won 9 in a row, and I'm still dreaming of Brian Laudrup and Trevor Stephen, Marvin Andrews said, keep believing, Davy Cooper on the wing. We remember Gaza with great affection, the day the helicopter changed direction. Jimmy Baxter, he was pure perfection. Super Ali scores again. Well, let me tell you that I love you, and I think about you all the time. Ibrox Stadium is cozy, and now I'm coming home. To think of life without the Rangers, you know that it would make me more sad. Glasgow Rangers is everything I've ever had. To think of life without the Rangers, you know that it would make me more sad. Glasgow Rangers